What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another trophy talk for you. This is going to be for the week of August 18th, 2024, and it has been quite a successful last few weeks of trophy hunting and gaming in general. I haven't really done too much per se, but I have been making some really good progress. So anyway, before we get into what we've been playing, just want to let you guys know that I have been creating new shorts on the channel. So if you want to go check those out, that would be great. And then over on my channel that I post all of my live streams on, I am doing all of my clips and stuff from when I'm streaming. So if you want to go check out that is all linked down in the description below. Also down in the description below, since I am making YouTube shorts, I'm going to start making some TikToks too. They're basically the same videos, but I'm just going to put them over on TikTok. So if you want to go follow me, there's a link for that down in the description below in the link tree. Never thought I would say go follow me on TikTok. So feels pretty weird. Anyway, let's get into what we've been playing. Oh, also, I guess before we get into what I've been playing, what have you guys been playing? Have you made any progress, gotten any platinums, gotten any multiplayer done, anything like that? I love to read through what everybody's been playing and doing and making progress in, and just gives other people some motivation to keep playing their games. So anyway, with all that rambling out of the way, let's get into what I've been doing personally. So, we started or ended last time at this Gymboree, the Onin War. I didn't make any more progress in this. I'm kind of hesitant to stream this game just because it's been a real stinker, to say the least. But I do need to get back to that at some point. So getting into the next game, we have Minecraft Set 2. So I did go ahead and do the expansion pack 18. Every year, usually, Minecraft puts a new expansion pack out, usually around June-ish, June, July. So hopped on there and did that, and that gets Minecraft for the PlayStation 4 back to 100%. I've been able to do Minecraft on the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 Platinum, and then the Set 2 100%. The only other one I need to do is the Vita. So that is great to get that done. Then up next, we have a game that I've been just talking about, I feel like, forever. So I legitimately started going for this platinum about 2 years ago. It's when I started Trophy Hunters Gaming. It was the first game that I made collectible guides for on Trophy Hunters Gaming. And personally, to me, it's a game that I actually really like, that being Knack. So I was able to get this game platinumed. If you remember from the last trophy talk, I had beaten the game on hard mode, and all I needed to do was play through on very hard. I had had all the collectibles and everything done, so it was basically just cleaning up the game and getting it done. So I was able to finish that up. I have to say, playing through on very hard with Diamond Knack is extremely easy, easier than anything that I would have ever expected. So these people over here that are saying, like, is this the worst game ever made and shit, don't listen to these people, okay? This game has a bad rep because of Video Game Donkey, where he made a meme out of it where it was, you know, Knack baby, because this was like the only, I'm not gonna say the only, but it was one of the first like newer games that was coming out on the PS4. So it was like people memed it because they're like, oh, it's gonna sell the PS4, like this is the game you're gonna buy if you buy a PS4. I don't think that's necessarily what they were going for, but personally, I think it's a good game. It's not bad. I think it's good. The thing that I really like about the trophy list is it's actually super difficult to an extent. It's not something where you're just going to play through and be done. So I can appreciate it for that. I played this game way back in like 2014. This game took me 10 years and 5 months to platinum and 100%. I'm probably like one of the slowest achievers. Almost, you know, really close. I was like a month off. So big ups on that. But yeah, I played it in 2014 for a little bit, and then 2 years ago, Brian had redeemed some channel points on Twitch, and he picked a game on my backlog as a game for me to play. I put full guides out, and then I kind of just let it sit there for a while because I was getting other games done, and all I had to do was play back through. So finally finished the playthroughs, got the platinum. Video should be coming out sometime this week for that, so keep an eye out for that. And shameless plug into the Twitch streams. Like I said, Brian did actually pick this game out on stream for me using channel points. If you guys stick around the Twitch streams, you'll get channel points. You can use those channel points to then redeem a reward that allows me to, well, you can basically pick the game that I'm going to play from my backlog. I say within reason. Most of the games on my list I can still get. So if you do pick something where I've done the multiplayer for it or something like that, I can absolutely do it. But if it's another game, I got to think about it because, like I said, it's got to be within reason to an extent. So, but yeah, this was really fun to get done. Again, really love playing back through. I had to play through this game a total of, I believe, 3 times, which actually like 3.5-ish, which, again, nothing wrong with that at all. It's definitely worth it. And if I was to suggest it to anybody, I would definitely suggest it. Also, before we get into the next game I've been playing, I am debating just going for this NAC 2 Platinum just to get NAC 1 and NAC 2 done. We'll see, but that's kind of what I'm feeling just to get the whole series done. All right, and then getting into the last game that I've been playing and really what I've been putting all my time into, that being Need for Speed Rivals on the PlayStation 3. So I've been wanting to play a racing game, and I've been wanting to do more of my backlog and not really new games. So Need for Speed Rivals was a game where I have all the Need for Speeds done on the PlayStation 3. Might as well, I did the multiplayer for it, so might as well just try to finish it up and get all the Need for Speed games done on the PlayStation 3 and be, completely done with the franchise on last gen consoles, which is really cool. So I made very good progress in this over the past few weeks. I was able to fully get through the racer campaign. So basically you have this, I guess it's called speed list challenges or something, and you have to do these things, right? These certain things. And when you do those things, you get, for instance, when you're a racer, when you finish a speed list, you get a rank, and you keep going up. And then the main story gets you to rank 21, I believe, when you finish the last set of things that you can do. And then from there, you have to go back to the beginning and replay all the ones that you skipped to then get to rank 60. So it's a little tedious, and the game is basically just doing a bunch of like checklists, more or less. But it's decently fun, and I was able to get through the entire racer campaign and finish up the level or rank 60 in the racer, so that's really good. I don't have that much more to do in the racer other than to bank the 500,000 in one go. And then right now I am working through getting back through the cop campaign. So the other day I was able to finish the cop campaign up. I was able to get the best car, get all the upgrades that I needed for that car, so now I can start working back through the cop campaign and get my cop ranks. And then from there, it's just cleanup. I should be able to get this platinum. I'm hoping to get this done. I wanted to get this done last weekend, but I didn't really have that much time to play, so I'm hoping to get this game done by this weekend. That would be a really great goal for myself moving forward. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun playing this game, but we'll see what I do with Need for Speed from, well, I kind of know what to do from Need for Speed from here, so that'll transition me into what I plan on playing in the upcoming weeks. So I'm not planning on playing anything Need for Speed wise in the upcoming weeks, but the next Need for Speed game that I would like to focus on, because it's the only game, again, that I have that's not on the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, so on current or last gen, is Need for Speed Most Wanted on the PS Vita or PS TV. I was able to do the online for this, so I have that all done. All I need to do is just play through the campaign. And from what I remember from Need for Speed Most Wanted, it's a lot more bearable of a campaign than compared to something like Rivals. It's not that I dislike Rivals, but I just feel like, again, it's just a checklist. Like it feels very monotonous to play the game. Like you have to sign on, do your things, do your checklist, get your ranks, rank up. Like there's no, like, I don't want to say there's no story, but like that's what it feels like. There's no story. There's no like meaning to doing anything other than getting your check marks and moving on from that. Most Wanted, at least, it's something where it's like, somewhat moving up and doing things like that. So it has somewhat of a meaning, but yeah, I mean, that's just personally how I feel, or from what I remember from Need for Speed Most Wanted. And there's no DLC in Need for Speed Most Wanted on the PS TV, luckily. So when I get that platinum done, I'll get the 100%, and I'll be moving on from there. And then we'll get into what I play for the next Need for Speed games. I'll probably end up doing Rivals on the PS4 just to get Rivals done and kind of move down from order of release, because the only one that I'm really, quote unquote worried about when it comes down to it is Need for Speed 2015. And I'm not really worried about the Platinum in Need for Speed 2015. I'm more worried about the 100%. I've heard horror stories of that, but I've done a lot of other racing games, so if I've done them, I can definitely get through 2015. And then for some reason, Payback is a very low Platinum and very low 100%. I don't know if that's because that was something that was given out through Plus or what it is, but that'll be the next one that I'll have to worry about after Need for Speed 2015. But not really, in a hurry to get through any of these other than getting through Need for Speed Rivals on the PS3 and then Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Vita. Other games that I plan on playing in the upcoming weeks other than this, so there is a new Assassin's Creed. Wow. There's a new Assassin's Creed game that's coming out in a few months, so that's a little while out. We won't be playing anything related to that anytime soon, but something that I believe is coming out either next week or the end. I think it's next week, right? I don't know if it's next week. I think it is next week. The new Star Wars Outlaws game. I will be buying that day one and probably playing that day one. So I'm hoping to kind of clean everything up before I get into that. But if I don't, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. And then there's a few other games that I want to start playing just because I told myself I would do it. So recently I have gotten done Madden 21 and the Show 21 on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. With the new NFL season coming up, I kind of want to get back to that and at least finish up the next series of games. So I'm debating doing Madden, or I'm debating doing the Show 22 on the PS4 and PS5 back-to-back, and then same thing doing Madden 22 on the PS4 and PS5 back-to-back to get those done. And then we'll wait a little bit to start the next ones up. But the only other game that I plan on starting is, which I have it downloaded, I'm ready to play and everything, is Fallout 76. Yeah, I'm going to be doing Fallout 76. Brian and I have a few games that we plan on playing. And the next one that we agreed on was Fallout 76, and then we have a few other games after that, like Monster Hunter World, Sea of Thieves at some point, and various other games as a service game. So we're looking forward to that, but those are the games, or Fallout 76 is the next game that we're going to be doing in that games as a service. And then talking about Sea of Thieves, mainly pirate games, a game that I definitely want to start soon, and I kind of want to do it only on stream, but we'll see how that plays out, is why can't Skull and Bones? It'll probably be a big shitter, but I definitely want to give that a go as well. And then there's a few other things that I'm debating doing here and there. Like I might do, actually that reminds me, let me see if I have it done. I bought these, I have this game, Jimmy Johnson's Anything with an Engine. Someone asked if I wanted to do the digital version of this game, and I do own it, so I may end up playing through. You have to play through the campaign in order to do the online, so I might end up doing that. And then another game that I've been talking about doing with Cats that we've been talking about getting back to some of the backlog boosting stuff is Grid Autosport, because we have been putting that off for a little bit. So that would be a nice one to get done. And that's one where it's just like, it takes time, man. It fucking sucks so much. Because you have to reach a total online level of 250 through all disciplines. So I think you basically have to reach level 50 in like each of the disciplines. And I've definitely done one of these. I don't know if I've done the endurance one, but it is a slog to get through it. But I do want to get this done and get Grid Autosport to a point where it's like I feel comfortable, and then I can platinum both Grid 2 and Grid Autosport. And then if I want to start working through the Grid franchise, I can. I've always wanted to play through the Grid franchise. I've just never actually done it because I have so many other things that I'm like worried about in the background. So it's always something that I want to do, but I never get around to it. And then there's various other things. A game that I started a while ago and I haven't gotten back to, mainly because I just haven't had the want or anything to do it is expeditions. So at some point I'll get back to that. But yeah, I'm not in like a super big hurry to get back to that. But other than that, there's not really anything that I've started recently, like from a single player perspective, that I want to or need to get back to. There's a lot of games that I definitely want to play. Like I want to get back and start playing Hitman, and like I really want to play Splinter Cell games and old Assassin's Creed games and Prince of Persia and just PS3 games in general. But just with everything going on and all of that, it's just been such a like hard thing to do to get back into that stuff or get into it. I shouldn't say back into, just to get into it in general. One thing I want to talk about real quick, and I would love to hear everybody's thoughts on this, is I feel like new games nowadays, and this isn't really related to anything I've been playing or whatever, but I guess kind of just with new games in general. I feel like new games nowadays are such a, I don't want to say a chore to get through, but they take so long to get through. Like, you know, new games come out and developers feel like they have to have the next new thing that is going to just consume everybody's time. And it just ends up being like hundreds of hours to play through. And partially that's because those are the games that I'm picking to play. I'm 100% putting it on myself. But to an extent, I just feel like newer games that come out nowadays, some are just like, they take forever to get through. You know, even if you have newer AAA games, like I personally haven't done them, but like I know like the new Spider-Man games are very easy games to platinum, right? But like, they're still like, what, 20, 30, 40 hours to platinum? Like, I don't even know. Let's take a look. What would it even take to do, like, Spider-Man, like, PS4 Spider-Man? I don't want Shattered Dimensions. It's probably because I didn't put yeah. So, Spider-Man 1 is 25 hours. Miles Morales is 20. And then Spider-Man 2 is 30. I mean, 20 to 30 hours to get one of these platinums. So you could get all 5 of these platinums if you stacked them in what? Like you have 20, 50, 90, 120 hours to get all 5. That is amazing compared to like if you wanted to just do like one like Witcher 3 platinum, that's what you're looking at. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is I've been wanting to get into some like PS3 games, some older PS3 games just to get through. And I just look at it and I'm like, man, like games used to be so short, and I'm sure people hate that, but to an extent, like I feel like it's pretty nice because it gives you the ability to play through more games. Like I look at like the Prince of Persia games, right? If you wanted to do the Prince of Persia trilogy, you're looking at 60 hours ish to get through the Prince of Persia trilogy, Sands of Time, Warrior Within, the Two Thrones. Then you had Prince of Persia, the reboot. That's another 15 hours. And then you took a Forgotten Sands as, 10 hours. So you're looking at like, 60 hours plus another 20. You're looking at like 85 hours. And then if you wanted to do the newest Prince of Persia, you're looking at like 100 hours to do this entire franchise. The entire franchise for 100 hours. That's crazy that you could get all that done. But then you have a game like, Anthem, that's 70 hours for that plat, or GTA 5, 150 hours for that. So again, I'm not dogging on it, whatever. I pick the games that I play. I feel like it's something that I've personally been thinking about over the last few months, where it's like, I want to play older games that kind of are less time consuming-ish compared to newer games that feel more time consuming. And even to an extent, I feel like some of these games that say that they're super short aren't. Like, if you take a game for Knack, right? This guide says Knack is 25 hours. Okay? 25 hours to play Knack. That might be if you know every single little thing that you're doing to get through. Now, the only reason I say that is Knack is probably going to run you, if you're fast, probably going to run you about 6 hours a playthrough. Now, you have to play through on normal to unlock hard, and then you have to play through on hard to unlock very hard. So you have to play Knack a minimum of 3 times. Now, you're probably wondering, why does Knack say 4 times? Well, if you want to get all the collectibles, you have to play through like 3.5 times, because you have to play through your one time, and then you have to play through part of another playthrough to finish your collectibles up and finish getting your diamonds and everything that you need, because once you start a new game on a new difficulty, it wipes all of the gear and everything that you have. The game saves it by like difficulty. It's kind of weird, but it makes sense. So basically, you have to play Knack through a total of 3.5 times. Now, mind you, 3.5 times is if you're being as efficient as possible and you're getting your diamonds and everything that you need. Let's say you're not farming collectibles out. You might have to play Knack like 8 times to get this platinum just because of the rarity drop of the diamonds and everything like that. So even if we're running with, it'll take you 3.5 playthroughs. Okay, well, 3.5 playthroughs at 6 hours a pop is going to get you like what? 21 hours-ish. Okay, well, Snickel, you're still under the 25. Well, you still have to do a few other challenge modes in the game that you have to get through. Not challenge modes, but like, what are they called? You have to do, they're at the bottom here. You have to do the attack stages, and you have to, or the Coliseum attack stages, and then you have to do the time attack stages. So you have a few things out of the game. Those probably only take a few hours to get through. They're nothing too difficult. So you're probably thinking, well, Snickel, it is 25 hours if you do the math. Like that's, again, 25 hours is if you are as efficient as possible, and on top of it, the first playthrough you're doing, you would know immediately what you're doing when you go into the game, which is not going to be a lot of people. So like to say 25 hours is a little ridiculous. This is just me literally blabbing about time to get platinums because I just feel like people underestimate them so much. And I could go through every single game that I've played and like either say yes or no to that time. Like Need for Speed Rivals, I don't think is 25 hours. Like I've been playing this game for a decent amount of time. I don't think it's 25 hours. Maybe I haven't really been timing myself, but it does not feel 25 hours. I can't even time it because I'm playing on the PS3, so Godspeed there. But then you look at a game like Madden 21, 15 hours for Madden 21. Yeah, maybe 15 hours if you don't know what you're doing, but like I'm pretty sure you could get this whole game done in probably 10 hours if you really wanted to. If you knew what you were doing. If you didn't know what you're doing, you're probably talking more like 30 hours. So to sit there and say 15, maybe that's average for people, but like I don't know. It's just I don't think so. Anthem probably, is good enough. 70 is good there. 150 for GTA 5. That's with doing the online. Yeah, I would say that's good. Battlefront Classic, 15 hours. If you're using boosting methods, I mean, you're probably talking under that. But let me stop. I'm just going through and blabbing about time it takes to get platinums. My only point was, it was just something that I was thinking about over the past few weeks of just like, I really want to go back and play older games that are like good games that don't take as long. You have like original God of Wars and you have Prince of Persia's and Splinter Cells and games like that where it's like you could play a solid game, have a solid experience and everything, and you'll only be in it, 20-ish hours or so. And that's just, it is what it is. But anyway, that's what I've been playing. That's what I plan on playing. Like I said, I might throw some curveballs in here every here and there. Like I might start doing Knack 2. I'm not really sure. I might start playing some other franchises where like I only have a few games to get through. Like I was talking about it a few weeks ago, I think. But like doing something like Infamous. Like I've done Infamous 1, Infamous 2, and Infamous Festival of Blood. I've done all the PS3 Infamous games. Why not just get Infamous Second Son and First Light done? You're talking 40 hours to get both of these platinums. Probably for me, more like 60 because I'll be making guides and everything. But like I've gotten the 2 hardest of the games done. Like why don't I just finish it up? So there might be like random games that pop up here and there, but that's just been my thought process on getting through stuff. And then like I said, if it's like a game where it's like there's only 2 games in the franchise, might as well just do both of them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I'm waiting. Might as well do both of them. And then something else that I've been kind of thinking about. I don't know why I clicked on this because I want to go more down here. So a while ago, they started releasing PS1 games, right? And I've really wanted to play a lot of these games. Games like, Too Extreme, Alone in the Dark, Ape Escape. Like I've wanted to play these. I did Hot Shots Golf. I have there's like Jet Moto and Medieval and a bunch of other games, Siphon Filter. Like I want to play all of these games. I really Twisted Metal. I have them downloaded. I really want to play them. And for a while I was like, I want to do the PS4 and PS5 version. Like I want to do both of them. If I'm going to do them, I want to do them both. I've stepped away from that mindset. I only definitely want to do the PS5 versions for the time being, but I do want to get into some of these games. I definitely do. And like another set of games that I really want to get into is because they're really jumping off right now is the PS2 games. So if we go to I guess it's PS2 and PSP, like we have a lot of great PS2 and PSP games that are coming out, like Medieval. We have Pursuit Force, we have some Ratchet and Clank games, we have Resistance, there's more Siphon Filter, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3 came out. So like there's a lot of games that are out that I really would like to play. And there's more PS2 games that are coming out, and I hope they keep releasing them. But I would like to do those, and that gets more into like the difficulty thing that I'm talking about, where like doing those platinums is going to take like 5 to 10 hours because games back then were just so short. Like you'll be able to finish that in a weekend and get done. So, and I do have like the ability to get all of those. I have whatever it is, PlayStation Plus Premium or whatever it is, the premium. I don't even know if that's what it's called. But I have that. So I have access to all those games, so I can play them whenever I want to, and I definitely want to start playing them. But yeah, random things here and there. We'll see what happens, but I'm making progress in what I want to make progress in. And the only thing I feel like I'm lagging behind on a little bit is the games as a service stuff, but I do want to hop into Fallout 76 and really start to like chew away at that. So if you guys have any advice or anything for getting into that game or getting through that game or anything like that, please let me know down in the comments below. I will take any advice that I can take as I'm going into that, because I like to kind of know what I'm doing before I get into at least the games as a service. A normal single player game, whatever, I can kind of figure it out, but games as a service, there's like metas and things you need to worry about. So like if someone has some advice, I would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down in the comments below. Again, let me know what you guys have been playing, any platinums you got, anything like that. Down in the description below, you'll find links to all sorts of stuff, my Twitter, my Twitch, other videos like this. Linktree will take you all over the place. So if you want to go follow, watch, do any of that stuff, subscribe, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. And if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more trophy content like this. And I hope to see you all around sometime soon.